Now we are going to look at counting the number of characters or substrings. This is something that is something that we always do to find the number of occurrences. So we will talk about that also here. I'll start with bioinformatics again. My string equals bioinformatics. Now let's say you want to count the number of O's in this string. Then we have to say my string.count. And we indicate the character or the substring of interest. So this will give us the count. So we have 1, 2. And by the way, this particular section here, checking for the presence or absence of characters, there are other ways you can use to do advanced queries. Okay, you can use regular expressions if you're looking for specific patterns. It's something that I did not make mention of. So you can do more advanced queries here. But this is something that I'll cover in another tutorial. So for now, just do with what you have now. Okay, now back to the counting of the number of characters of substrings. So we have my string bioinformatics. We are counting the letter O. We have 2 of them here, this and this. So we use the my string, that's the string objects, and then dot counts. So let's try again here. Bioinformatics dot counts O. So we have what? 2, because we have O and O here. Again, Python is case sensitive. So if I do this, my string.count O, you get 0 because O is different from this. So take note of that. O is different from this. Okay. So let's continue. Now let's use a sequence. We are getting to the interesting part. Let's use a sequence. Let's say DNA equals ATC. Let's use any random one like this here. You can use any sequence that you also have. If let's say I want to count the number of A's, that's adenine, then I just have to say DNA.count A. And I'll get 5 because we have 5 of them. Let's count the number of genes. Running DNA count gene. I have 4 of them. Let's repeat for C. And now let's repeat for T. Okay, so we have them here. So what can we do with this? We can do this and we can use it to find the GC contents. So if let's say you want to find the GC content, the number of genes and C, because sometimes the GC content is a property that we use to make decisions or make inferences, okay, or we use to evaluate or decide if a particular sequence has to be treated to this or not, or we even use that to explain certain properties, okay, or certain properties of sequences or certain behaviors of sequences. Then in that situation, you have to find the GC contents. Okay, there are tools that can be used to find GC content, but behind the scenes, it is these little codes or commands that are being used to do the computation for us. So that's why if you know the basics of this, if you know it's from the beginner's level, if you know the foundation, then it helps you to understand how these tools or programs work. Now let's take a look at the GC content. We are going to apply what we've learned so far to do that. Now I want to find the GC content for genes and then the C's. So what do? You can just do this. Now we have gene, we have C. which is 4 and 1. I can say GC equals DNA.count gene plus DNA.count C. So now we can print GC. So this should give us 5. So this is GC. Now if you want to find a percentage GC, then what do? You first have to find the length also, and then you can divide the GC divided by length times 100. So let's try this. Now we know GC. So let's look at the percentage GC. So we need to find the length. So say length equals len DNA. And now to find the percentage GC, we can say what? GC over length multiplied by 100. And this will give us our answer here. Okay. So we have GC, that's the number divided by the length, total length, times 100. Or to be on the safer side, we can just say GC over length. We put them in parentheses and say star 100. Then we get our answer here. So this means we can assign the entire operation here to a variable. So you can say percentage GC equals, and then we paste the entire operation there. And then we can get our answer. So we can now print percentage GC. Or if you want any other information, if you want extra information, you can just say print percentage GC. Yes. Bring your comma and say percentage GC. And then you have it nicely done, because sometimes you will do your computation, but then you need to describe it, because if you put just the number here, then the user may not understand what this is about. So if you add a bit of description like this one, then the user knows that yes, this is percentage GC. Okay, so if you're running programs and you have text message, or you have a text being displayed in addition to the numbers, then you have these little codes that are being used behind the scenes. Okay, so we have percentages, which is good. So how will you find purines and pyrimidines? I'll leave that to you to find out. Now you know how to count them, so I'll leave you to find that. For the counting, you can also count the number of occurrences. For example, let's say you have some pattern that you want to count. You can also do that. Okay, so let's try this. Let's create another sequence. Let's say DNA2 equals gene A gene CT. Now if I want to count the number of genes, and I can say DNA2.count gene. So we have 42 because we have gene 1 and we also have another gene, which is 2. Okay, so this is how we count them. Okay, so bear in mind that when you are counting or you are looking for patterns, there are better ways of doing it. For example, you can use regular expressions to do that. Okay, but this is something that I'm going to cover in another tutorial. Or if you have any challenge like that, you can always contact me and then check with me, and then we can arrange some session together. If you want to book a time with me, I've left some links in the description that you can use to contact and also book a session with me for further tutorials. Okay, let's continue. Now, what about if you want to replace characters or substrings? That is what we are going to do next.